Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Agatha All Along, episode 4, titled If I Can't Reach You, Let My Song Teach You. The Coven faces their second trial on the Witch's Road. Now, this is actually the first episode where the title isn't from the ballad, because those two lines do not appear anywhere in the Ballad of the Witch's Road. So, Seeketh Thou the Road was the first line. Circle Stone with Fate, Unlock Thy Hidden Gate was the start of the second verse. Then, Through Many Miles of Tricks and Trials was in the third verse. Yet, this sounds like it's a direct message from Lorna Wu to Alice. Since we know Lorna was the one who was singing the ballad on as a rock star and that. So this sounds like it's a message from her to her daughter. Which is interesting, because I'm guessing that means that this is the protection magic episode. Now, it seems like each episode I come in with a little bit more occult knowledge. Apparently, each of the four, classes of witch that we see Agatha collect, the green witch, the divination witch, the protection witch, and the water witch, potions witch, each of those is associated with a specific element. Green is obviously earth, protection is fire, divination is air, which I don't really see the connection between fire and protection, and potions is water. That makes sense, because that's like a big part of all potions is water. And I was thinking, maybe we're doing this in the order that it says to collect the witches. Like in the first stairs, it says, gather sisters fire, water, earth, and air. Unfortunately, potions is water, and potions was the first trial. So that instantly nullifies that. She also didn't gather them in that order. She got air, water, fire, and then Mrs. Davis, I mean. So then I was scrolling down to the next part of the first verse. It's like, darkest hour, wake thy power, earthly and divine. Burn and brew with coven true, and glory shall be thine. And I thought, earthly, divine, burn, brew. Earthly is green, divine is, to divine something is divination, burn is protection magic, and brew is water. What if we're doing this verse in reverse? So brew, burn, divine, and then earth, and then it ends with wake thy power, which is what Agatha's goal is. So, that means that the next episode's going to be the divination trial, and then after that it's going to be the earth magic trial. But, yeah. Also, the thumbnail for this episode has a massive spoiler in it. I don't know why they put that as the thumbnail, but we also knew from the trailer that this happens. Then again, now I'm confused, because I thought we see that Lilia's trial, that's the Wizard of Oz one. Yet we also see another one where they're using a Ouija board to contact a spirit. Both of those fall under divination. So, which one is actually the divination trial? Because I wouldn't call summoning a spirit in that green magic. That's plants and nature and shit, so that doesn't really make sense. But there's also the line, and I thought this was going to be the title of this episode of "If one be gone, we carry on, spirit as our guide." I thought that this was going to be the Ouija board episode where they're trying to... Well, Mrs. Davis is dead from the last episode. They have to carry on, and her spirit guides them through the challenge. I thought that's what this episode was going to be. But apparently it's not. Yeah. There was one more thing that I wanted to say. I forget. Once, apparently I paused that before I finished saying I hear someone calling me. That could have waited until after my recording. But yeah, I watched back to see what I was talking about when I left, and if I didn't have the thought then, I definitely did not remember it for now. So let's get the episode actually started now. Let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, go. Exactly. See, she wrote the version of the ballad, so she could have put a message in for her daughter. Is this where we find out that she was correct? Did she go to the road to try and avoid whatever was coming for her? Oh yeah, now I remember. There was a line of face your fear, something something, the door appears. Which I thought maybe that's related to what happened in the last trial. Also, this wasn't what I was thinking about, but she was moving after she was given the potion. No, you felt her death, didn't you? Oh, never mind then. But yeah, Mrs. Davis was given the potion. She started moving again. Then they put her through the oven. We didn't see her come down the ramp. And then suddenly she's dead. Are you gonna actually bury her? None. Okay. Mm. I mean, to be fair, an antidote should work regardless. You can do that. Alrighty. Oh. I mean, I'm gonna laugh if she comes out and actually has Advil. So she can still perform classic magic. She just can't produce it. It was spoiled that this was the episode that she joined them because she's in the thumbnail. More V. So I'm guessing Rio's the one who came out with her last time. There's a theory I heard that possibly Rio is the reason that the baby was the payment for the Darkhold. Like they both went in for the Darkhold, but when Agatha found out Rio was the reason her son was traded, she left with the Darkhold. I'm guessing she recognizes that place. There is no going back. It's all waxing, which I think is the fire stage. These are all ways in which witches died. I'm not familiar with that one. I saw the chair they dunked in the river. I saw burning at the stake. There was one that looked like boiling in a pot. I don't get the masks. And there she is. Hmm. They may seem random, but they also seem specific to the people that she's with. Because last week it was Save Agatha when she was with her. This time it's Alice Don't when she's with her. Hmm. It did say the best in her field, but Agatha also said the stipulation of not annoying, and I feel she'd think that Rio's annoying. Hmm. Really backwards demonic messaging in songs. Well, Protection Witch, what do you think is like dancing? Expel the demon into the circle? Maybe she should have preventively drew the circles. Really not- the curse on your family is real. I really wish it would stop doing that. Whenever I charge my headphones lately, they keep cutting out. If it was the ballad backwards, yeah. Hmm. It also is why there's a metronome to help them keep time. How did I know that was going to start on its own? I like this version. Down the witch's road. Oh, down the road. Down the witch's road. I think this may be being added to my work playlist. You let my song teach you. There's the title. Why does she keep changing instruments? We go down, down, down the road, down the witch's road, down. Hmm. And down he goes. Hmm. They're realizing she actually cares. Hmm. Interesting. There's another terror. You just did a spell. That wasn't a potion. That was a spell. Now I'm believing less the theory that Rio went with her last time. She definitely has taken a familial attachment, almost maternal. So vampires exist in. So that's another thing. We all kind of hated each other in the beginning. On her heart. Well, less of a hiss and more of a snarl, but it seemed somewhat truthful about not wanting to do it. Hmm. Those words have a very heavy meaning. Okay, so it does seem like between the last episode and this, we can put to bed all the theories that Teen is a reincarnated Nicholas Scratch or possessed by him or anything. Between Lilia calling out the fact that Agatha wouldn't even notice her own son if he showed up on her doorstep, Rio saying that boy isn't yours, it does seem like there was a part of Agatha that was hoping that Nicholas had come back to her in some way. And that's why she'd grown such a quick attachment to Teen. But so I don't know if I want to say this, but apparently the identity of Rio, like the true identity of Rio, has been spoiled by Funko, because they released the tie-in products for this, and her one did not have the name Rio Vidal on it. And there is other supplementary material that also sort of confirm this. Like, it isn't a doctored image or anything, because there's other information to say, yeah, this is the right way. And you can pick that up from the things that she said in this episode. I actually want to see. For once, I'm not going to read out what I'm typing, because that's going to tie into the spoilers. Yep. Okay. That is correct. I was correct in thinking that. Concerning. But yeah. If you listen to what Aubrey Plaza's character is saying in this episode, she does say a lot of telling things. And I don't want to go into that because I've got now confirmation of information I shouldn't have. But yeah. You can probably tell I really liked this episode. The rock ballad well, rock, but yeah, why to put it in quotations? It was a rock song of the ballad, therefore it's a rock ballad. Was good. The little bonding session they had at the end, the connect, showing Agatha caring about Teen and that was good. But yeah, one second, I'm being cold again. Anyway, I do imagine that, unlike normally when I'm spoiled on things, I could have come to the conclusion about Rio's character based on what she said in this episode. Because there's, well, again, this episode and last episode. You also have to remember that instead of, well, no, even the first episode, I distracted myself, but she didn't rise from the summoning area. She rose from where they'd buried Mrs. Hart. So, there's another questionable thing about her. Even her outfit in this episode. Yeah, even her outfit in this episode has ties to something, despite Rio being an original character. But, yeah, I'm not going to actually spoil what it is. And yeah. Once again, I loved all the outfits they put the characters in. I love how it wasn't just a cohesive band that, like, they didn't, they all looked like they came from different groups, yet they all came together for the one song. And I did love how every time it cut back to Lilia, she just had a different instrument. Like, you had Teen always on guitar, you had Jen always on bass, you had Alice always on piano, but Lilia, she started off with little finger cymbals, then she had a triangle, then she had maracas, like... yeah. I was gonna say something, I forgot it, but... I am really liking this show. So, I wonder where it's gonna go from here, because we found out that the titles don't necessarily have to come from the original ballad. They can come from the other version, which is... So I'm going to have to bring up the lyrics for that. Actually, I want to do that anyway. Duplicate this tab. Go... We want Alice, then go to... Really, where's the... Lorna. See if I can get to her version. It may be that because I'm actually watching this on the day that it came out, it may not have the updated version. Damn it. I was going to see if there's anything I could glean from that to see if there's any more predictions I can make. But yeah. So what have we already covered from the original? Seeketh thou the road to all that's fair and fair. Gather sisters fire, water, earth and air. Yep. Darkest hour, wake thy power, earthly and divine. Burn and brew with covenant true, and glory shall be thine. We've covered half of that. Well, 2/5 of it. Circle sun with fate, unlock thy hidden gate. The coven brought together by acts of fate and unlock the gate to the road. Marching ever forward neath the wooden shrine, I stray not from the path, I hold death's hand with mine. I have to mark forward under the trees, and we saw what happens if they go off the path. I hold death's hand with mine, meaning this is a potentially fatal trip, because as they all said that the road is a death trap. Primal night give us sight, familiar by thy side. If one be gone, we carry on, spirit as our guide. I don't know about the first half of that, but the next one, if one be gone, we carry on. Mrs. Hart's death, they have to carry on. Spirit as our guide. As I said, I thought this was going to be, they needed to call on her to guide them through the task. That did not happen, so that could still be. The road is wild and wicked, winding through the woods, where all that's wrong is right, and all that's bad is good. Through many miles of tricks and trails, we'll wander high and low. Tame your fears, the door appear, the time has come to go. That tame your fears, the door appears, seems to be a running theme for each trials. Like, Jen had to come over her insecurities that came from the fear that the man who bound her instilled in her, and she overcame that, and the door appeared. Alice overcame her fear of the curse, the door appears. So that seems to be a running theme, and the time has come to go means there's something very pressing that means that they have to leave as soon as they find the door. Whether it be the flooding of the house, getting the teen to safety. Yeah. Through many miles, tricks and trials, that's just the trials they all have to go through. So, yeah, we've covered actually most of this song, which is why I think that maybe the other version, the Lorna Wu version, could have more information. And yes, I could just go back into the episode and read through the lyrics there, but that's doesn't have the recall ability that just going through a lyric sheet does. Anyway, yeah, each episode of this just seems to be getting better and better. Like, as I said, I had my issues with the first one because of the crime procedural one, but then we got out of that and I liked it. Then we had the rounding up the gang and entering the road, which I liked. Then we had the first trial, which was really fun. This one was even better, so yeah. Makes me wonder if I'm going to be going into the next episode with too high an expectation. I guess we'll find out next week. Anyway, let's get this started. I meant to say, I'll catch you in the next one.